Ancient, cool, serene atmosphere, rich in tradition, culture and history. That is the best way to describe the ancient town of Badagry. At the center of this history stands the Brazilian Baracoon, a slave-holding compound built in 1840 and connected to Seriki Abbas, a former slave who later became a powerful trader and community leader. The Baracoon, meaning a holding cell, contained many rooms where enslaved Africans lived in harsh conditions for months, while waiting slave ships that moved through the lagoon to the coast.
This is the cenotaph of the man that owns this compound. He is a Yoruba man. His birth name was Ifaremilekun. Ifaremilekun means oracle wipe away my tears. So how come Ifaremilekun now becomes Seriki Williams Abbas? During that period of slavery, once a person is being captured as a slave, the first thing that will take away from the person is the identity. That is, he or she will never bear their name again. They have to bear their master's name or any names the master wishes giving them. This young man here, he was a slave that later became a slave master. He was captured at the age of 6 years old at a town in Ogun State called Ijogaorele by Dahomey slave raiders. When they captured him, they sold him to a black man, he lived at Dahomey. His name is Abbas. So Dahomey now is now known as Benin Republic. So that Seriki there is the title given to him here in Badagry. Seriki means the head of the Muslims. So that is how we have Brazilian Baracoon of Seriki Williams Abbas.
The transatlantic slave trade thrived for decades as slaves were captured from all parts of Nigeria, most especially the southwest. We visited the first-story building in Nigeria, where one of the slaves, Bishop Ajayi Crowther, translated the English Bible to Yoruba. Indeed, Badagry is rich in history, customs, and tradition. During the slave trade era, buying and selling was conducted largely through barter, using items such as cowrie, shells, manilas, tobacco, gin, mirrors, textile, and firearms, which European traders exchanged for enslaved persons and other goods.
So these are some of the European products used in exchange then in West Africa, because when the European came then, they are types of money we don't spend then. There's what we call cowrie shell, you're about to call it owoyo. There's what we call manila, there's what we call tobacco, there's what we call yala salt. Those are the items we use as money. But the European told our African chiefs that that money has no value. So it was the European that introduced a trade called trade by barter. You have to give out what you have to take in what you don't have. So European will come with one umbrella for 40 slaves, a bottle of gin for 10 slaves, cannon guns, the big gun for 100 slaves, while the small for 40 slaves. We Africans, what do we do with the cannon guns? We used to fight ourselves for us to gather more slaves to sell to the European. The day gun over there for 40 slaves. Ceramic bowl, we call it breakable plate for 10 good human beings. Mirror and the bead, that's what we call bargain power. It depends on negotiation, a tangible agreement with the European.
Key historical objects include traditional regalia, a ceremonial umbrella, a wooden judgment chair, and the 1847 well that still produces water. These items shows leadership, authority, culture, and daily life during that period. Family tombs located within the compound further reflect the legacy of the Baracoon's founder, who was buried there and honored by both Muslim followers and members of the Brazilian returnee community.
When the man died, he was buried here. He died 11 of June 1919. When he died, he was buried by the Brazilians and by the Muslims. You can see the right SCID over there. This man was the senior chief of Ilaro Division.
Today, the Brazilian Baracoon serves as an important heritage location, helping visitors understand the painful slave trade while preserving the cultural history of Badagry for future generations.